There we are. Switch to that one for a moment. And we need to go back over here. Connecting. There we are. All right. So let's go over here. Well, good morning, streamers. I think I'm streaming now. I could be streaming now, not sure. Oh, I'm not streaming now. I am on some channels. There we go. All right, so let's hit the go live button. And then we'll be going live on Facebook. Oh, we are having a problem this morning. Why are we offline? Done. Why did it not go online for Facebook? We're doing the video stream properly, we hope. Okay. So let's go live. Are we going to be able to go live this morning? Let's hope. Yes, we are live. Holy cow. There we go. Finally. Let's refresh this page, shall we? Yes, I am live. Good morning, everybody. This is, you guys know who I am. I'm Richard Cleveland, and this is my Rich Morning Coffee. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, in a few weeks, and some people have been wondering what happened to me. Well, nothing really happened to me so much as I had a very, very last busy week. At the end of August, when we finished up the LEDA Challenge, I got swamped all of a sudden, and it was really, 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 really tough. So right now, I'm going to switch my cameras here. We are having a problem this morning. There we go. We'll just mute that. All right, now I can see your comments. So if you're commenting, I can see your comments. That is the wrong stream. Wow, that is the wrong stream. I am having technical difficulties like crazy this morning. I do not know why. Here we go. Now I'm live. Or I'm not live. Nope, I'm not. There I am. Now I'm live. Wow. What a morning. Holy cow. All right. So now I can see your comments. And of course, I got to turn the audio down on that one. There we go. We'll mute that audio. Okay, great. Now I can see your comments. Good morning. My name is Richard Cleveland. Welcome to Rich Morning Coffee here on Facebook on the live practice sessions for live streaming pros students. For those of you who don't know me, I have an extensive background in audio, video, and production, both in the real world and online, so I can certainly help you with any questions that you might have regarding streaming. I'm also streaming this morning over on YouTube and right on Twitch as well. And you might have seen this little sign that over the last couple of days that I produced. Now this sign is what's known as an IoT, Internet of Things sign. And this sign works exclusively on the internet. It just requires some power, some 5-volt power. So you can see I've got it just plugged in here. It's not connected to anything. Now this is done with NeoPixels, a strip of NeoPixels. There's 3 small strips of 5 NeoPixel LEDs in here. And this, once I get the programming figured out, it does run on Arduino based programming. So once I get the programming figured out, the sign colors will change as to whether I'm online or I'm offline. So I kind of wanted to show you that. If you're watching this on the restream, then please, by all means, let me know if you have any questions about it. I'll be happy to go over some of the things that I've done with it. The tutorial for this is on Adafruit's website. Adafruit is a electronic supplier. They have tons of tutorials, blogs, all kinds of stuff. So I really recommend that you go ahead and check out that. I will link the tutorial in the description of this video today on how to do it yourself. If you don't have a 3D printer, that's fine. You don't need a 3D printer to print the case, because the case, the lens, and the outline for the letters are all 3D printed on my 3D printer here, the Wilson 2. And this is printed with black, natural or clear, and the gray, which is actually supposed to be silver, doesn't really show up that silver on camera. Certain light, when it hits it, you can see just a little bit of the silver flecks in it. Now, I am printing a couple more of these, and I'm printing them for a couple of people in our community. They are supplying me with either the money to buy the parts that go inside, or they're ordering them from Adafruit and then sending them to me. Now, this project was $55 or $57 to complete. Just looking at my invoice right here from Adafruit, it was $55.18 to complete the project on the sign. Now, let me go back to this camera. So it requires an Adafruit Feather Huzzah board with the ESP8266 Wi-Fi. That is, if you're looking for it, it's part number 2821 on Adafruit's website. And Adafruit did not supply me with these. I paid for the parts. I printed this out using my Spool 3D silver filament, black and the clear filament from Spool 3D. And then I also got the Adafruit NeoPixel Digital RGB LED strip white with 30 LEDs. And that part number was 2538. So if you're interested in that, and each part cost me $17 a piece US. Then there was $20 shipping to Canada for me because it was a 4-pound package. Other than that, it works really well. I do have to, like I said, I have to figure out a couple of things with the programming, because right now it's set up when Adafruit is online, and I get a notification on my computer, this will turn red. Or let me go back to that. This will turn red, or whatever color they have set up in the Adafruit script right now. So I have to go through the script. And if you're not familiar with scripting language, then you can, by all means, check out their tutorials. It's very easy. If you're familiar with Arduino programming, it's very close to C programming if you're a programmer at all. It's pretty easy to understand. It's all in pretty much plain language. So now I have to do a couple of things and just set the IP address of where I want this to tell me that I'm online. That being said, I wanted to talk a little bit about today in my morning coffee. Let me have some of that. I want to talk a little bit today about your community, your LSP community, Live Streaming Pros community. As of yesterday, I found out that there are 2 other members, and I think there's probably even more members. in Calgary and around Calgary. I'm going to encourage you to meet up with your local LSP people or your live streaming people. Get together, have a coffee session. I think we're talking about right now with the two guys that I found out are from Calgary. We're going to talk about having a meetup and doing a little coffee meetup and talk about live streaming and talk about you know, whatever else they want to talk about in terms of equipment and stuff like that. I've been through it all. I mean, I've started where a lot of people start. I started with a webcam, moved up, started with some software, some free software, then I moved up to some paid software. Then we increased the quality of our cameras. The camera you're seeing me on now is a 1080p camera, so it's high definition. It is not a 4K camera. I am not a 4K studio. I will get there, however. It's just not in my budget right now. I don't have any Mevos. All of my cameras are plugged into an ATEM television switcher. So I'm going to give the guys a little tour, if I can, of the equipment that I have here and kind of go into a little bit of in-depth with them. I'm also producing right now an online tutorial for lighting, how to light properly. What lights to use, how to keep it economical. If you're doing an outside shoot, if you're doing an inside shoot, if you're doing something in your living room, you don't need to have a lot of lights. I have 3 lights here in a China ball just to kind of illuminate more, because they turn out the upper lights, the fluorescents that are here, because they cast a very kind of yellow cast on everything, and it's ugly. So that being said, we're going to talk a little bit about audio. I've got a piece of equipment at home that I'm going to bring in next week, and we'll talk a little bit about this unit and why it is a good step up from using a Snowball microphone or any of the USB style microphones. It's not getting you into a full mixer, but it is a step up so that you can have 2 microphones. And it's a great little audio interface, and I want to talk about it next week. So I'm going to do that. If you have any questions in the restream later on, if you're watching the restream later on, you have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and I will come back and check the video later on. For those of you that are new to me and didn't see me all month, last month over in the Live Streaming Pros group, which has been changed to now this group, or the live practice sessions group. Practice, practice, practice. And that's how you get to Carnegie Hall, and that's how you increase your viewers, and that's, you know, really what it takes is practice, practice, practice. If you're not practicing your art, you're never going to improve, and you're never going to get better. And I really want you to improve on what you're doing. I really want you to practice. I was watching Kathleen last night do her stream, and she was struggling a little bit, and I understand that. And one of the comments that she made, and I've talked about this before, one of the comments that she made was that she's running out of things to talk about. Find that subject to which you are passionate and you want to share that information, and you will always have something to talk about. And Kathleen, you had a great show, even though you had some technical issues. That's fine. That's all part of the game, and that's all part of improving where we're going from here. Today I'm not using my cell phone. I am using the studio cameras. We have 2 cameras in the studios. I'm using a Blackmagic ATEM television studio switcher, which allows me to switch cameras to the on-air sign here and then back to me. We have 2 cameras in the studio. I want to increase that yet to another camera, so I have an overhead shot when I'm doing the new show, which premieres on October 2nd. And if you have any questions regarding software, hardware, vMix, I'm going to tell you right now, vMix, I am still learning. I have the 2-month demo, and I'm going to be implementing that into my workflow. I'm going to get away from OBS. Right now I'm using OBS to stream out to the internet. I'm using Restream to send all of the feeds out to the 3 different areas, Twitch, YouTube, and here on Facebook. I will be doing more video content over on the Cleveland Media Group, Cleveland Media Group. So watch for that if you are a member over there. If you're not a member over there, it's entirely fine. You can always catch me here. If you have any questions for me, especially regarding hardware, I'm a nut when it comes to hardware. Right now, like I said, I'm only at a HD level, but I am at a level 4. So I am using professional style cameras in some cases. I'm using professional switching equipment, and I'm using some professional lighting in here. So with that being said, I am going to say goodbye for today. That's my Rich Morning Coffee. If you're interested in one of these guys, drop me a line, and I can print off the cases. I'm not charging to print off the cases for these things, and I'll tell you why. Because this design is somebody else's design, and it's unethical for me to charge money to print those off. For the amount of filament that it uses, no big deal. You know, it's a little bit of filament, and I can ship them out. They're pretty light. But you will have to either put in your own electronics, or if you want me to put in the electronics for you, then we'll have to make an arrangement somehow. I don't want to get too far into that, but you can drop me a line here or private message me on Messenger. A lot of people do. Right now, I am doing one of these signs for David's studio. And it will go out to him. I'm doing that in a wood filament. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with filaments for 3D printing or not, but it is a wood-based filament. It is PLA. PLA is polylactate acid, which means it is environmentally safe and it breaks down in your landfill if for whatever reason it gets broken and you throw it out. Keep the electronics though. The electronics aren't cheap. They're $55.18 with shipping. But that being said, let me just put this so you guys don't see my address and send me all kinds of strange things, because that's happened before. So you can't really zoom in on that, but here, maybe if I put it down here. There we go. There we go. We'll just put it there for now. And I'll just switch over to this. So you can see, here's all the totals for everything that I ordered. And like I said, I will link the tutorial if you want to build one yourself. You have your own 3D printer. You want to build one yourself, I'll link the tutorial for you. And I think I already put a link to the tutorial in the Geeks Life group. But if you're interested in that, by all means, just give me a contact. And if you're interested, and I really encourage you to contact me about hardware, lighting, audio. Audio is my main thing, so. But with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish my coffee this morning. You guys have yourselves a great day, and I'm going to see you again next week. Tomorrow, I am going to be at a social media boot camp, is what it's called. And I'll be spending a couple hours there tomorrow learning more about social media, how to use social media every day in my business, and maybe I'll even give you guys some of those tips too, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys have yourselves a great weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday.